Oh, hey there, it's me, Pen. And on this episode of Paper Peculiar, I'll be doing a flip through of these envelope journals. But before we do the flip through, we're going to walk through the evolution of how these journals came to be. If you're like me, you have many envelopes of different sizes, different mailers. This is a massive one. And you've watched many videos of how to make envelope journals. I did the same. And it was actually this size envelope that my friend gave me that made me want to do these. I believe this was the first journal I made from this size envelope. Yep. So I'm going to start with the flip through of this. They've all pretty much have the same sort of formula to them, but this was the inaugural version. So let's get to the flip through. As you can see, I just used some, I don't even know what this was, some what's that called? Is it gingham? I'm not sure, but I used it as a tie. I have a bulb pin holding a little charm. This is all washi tape, all this gold trim, just to strengthen. I have paper, craft paper, as well as the washi tape to strengthen. I've ripped out some sheet music, put a little sticker on, and sewed around the paper on the front and the back. And let's get to the inside. So this design is again a Natasha from Treasure Book Design, and that was what inspired me to make this journal. This signature is on flip using washi tape, glue washi tape actually. I use glue and washi tape as a hinge. This is coffee dyed and I use stencils as it's drying. These dried in the sun and it worked very well drying in the sun. And this, I have little pieces of washi tape on each coffee dyed sheet. I guess I should use the tab. That would help me change the page. No, it doesn't. I've kept them sealed for so long, this journal sealed for so long that they're staying together. But each page has a little butterfly or, yeah, butterflies. Butterflies. Very fun, whimsical. So this journal, the signature I held together with looks like a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, which I then hinged to the bottom of the envelope. Inside the flip, I have a waterfall journal with some dyed paper, 3-hole pamphlet stitch holding it in, and underneath, more pocket and pocket. I have a tag I made out of cardstock with some book page. Louisa. Of course, Pride and Prejudice. What else is it going to be? A little sticker on some note paper. Some experimental waxed botanical, this one's not waxed, paper in the pocket, and a journaling card. Just some layered file folder. It looks like cuts of file folder and sheet music. And this was the back of a book of images that I got using a gift card to a bookstore. Very pretty, and I sewed around. And they are all in this pocket. We then have hinged envelopes. 3 hinged envelopes, hinged with washi tape. And inside, this is I made this envelope out of craft paper. I have a little card with a cutie little fox in that envelope. And the next envelope, another journaling card, sticker, and I cut out or ripped some paper in the shape of a mason jar, used a rose sticker with a little, that's ribbon actually. And here's an envelope that I fortified with a bit of pretty decorative paper. And this envelope I used, notice how I say envelope sometimes and envelope sometimes. I have no idea when I choose to do what. But anyway, coffee dyed. Not as well. See, this one didn't dry in the sun. This must have been in the shade. This was in the sun. Worked out much better. Inside, a journaling card, whimsical bird. This book I got from, there's a flea market just behind my house, and there is a seller there that has a ton of old books. And this was Dante's Inferno. I think the entire book is called The Comedy of Dante. And at the back, I made some pockets. This came from the botanical cards, which the cards actually start out card shape, and I put it through. I have a tag punch. And this was from the botanical book I also got using my gift card from the bookstore. Here's a sticker. I ripped some music sheet to make a pocket. And here's another pocket behind with a tag, butterfly stickers, washi tape, file folder, cardstock. And in the back, in the envelope portion, I have another journal, a matching journal, 5-hole pamphlet stitch, matching flower to the cover. And it's just paper, coffee dyed with some stencils. And I don't fill it up. This is purely for writing because otherwise it won't fit in the pocket. And that is this, my first envelope journal. Next, we have this jam-packed journal, which I have these danglies from holding the signature in. I have just some ribbon as the closure, and I got a package of these keys. I really like them for a dangly. This is started out as this size envelope. I'm not sure what size this is. A4? It is 13 by 9 3/4, 10 by 10. And that I turned into this. Again, I used craft paper, sewed on the inside a strip, And on the outside a strip, and on the back matching. And this is strong craft paper, thick. Some decoration, book. Is it Pride and Prejudice? Yeah, Elizabeth. I have a lot of Pride and Prejudice. The reason I do is because I used to read Pride and Prejudice once a year. And each time I did, it was after purchasing a new book. So I have a ton of versions of Pride and Prejudice. It was my challenge every year to make sure I read it once a year. Inside, I have a waterfall journal on this side that's held in by hinge, washi tape hinge. And underneath, the mechanic's ticket. This time I shoved in the whole thing. If you've seen my other flip throughs, you know I use different sections of the ticket, but this time I just shoved in the whole thing. Carbon paper and all. This is the olden days. In the olden days, we used to use carbon paper to make copies. And here is a little tag with a sticker, laugh often. I thought this was a pocket, but it's not. And then here is my signature with using that same thick cardstock as the cover. And I made, look, Darcy, of course, a mason jar with a couple stickers. Inside, another mason jar, whimsical bird. I believe this is Dante's Inferno as well. It's either Dante's Inferno or Dante's Comedies. And here's the signature, where each page, something a little different. I have a paper doily glued to this blue gel food color, blue dyed, some sheet music paper, which I just folded to have a little fold out. I glued some regular school, what is that called? Foolscap? I just ripped out and inked around with some different colors, and I have a stencil there. Here is sheet music, which I sewed and put a little trim, lace trim. It's cotton lace. And I folded it over, and here's a pocket to put something in. Paper ribbon. I sewed on. This is some coffee dyed. Not coffee. Yes, coffee with a bit of gel food color in it. I remember doing that. And here as well, which I sew around. This is some thin scrapbook paper, which I then attached another. This came from a thrifted book. Parchment paper, little baggie. And inside, we have some images I just put in. Yeah. Oh, the botanical card, blissful pleasure, and some. This looks like scanned picture of collage, and this is from just a pad of paper. Some treasures. That ink dyed, which it dried very interesting with the edging. I sewed here and here. I sewed around and then cut out. And here is the center where I did those dangly beads. Some more. The other side. Oh, some more treasures on this side. Just a little. I glued that to some file folder and some more of that paper pad paper, which I like to use this paper for collaging because it's a fun paper pad with fun images, but it's very thin. So I like to use it for collaging. Here's the other side, which I did some stenciling. And the other side of these papers. Some ribbon on this side. Some more of the paper pad in this fold, which the lace, the other side, again, the other side of the full scap with more stenciling. Music paper. Pretty blue, the other side of the doily, the paper doily. Coffee dye, and that comes to the end of our signature. On this side, in the back pocket, this came from that same book. Look how pretty. It was a pretty book, paper book. So round. I still have a lot of pages of this from this book as well. I should start using that up. And this was from another paper pad that had what looked to me like scanned images. At the back, 3 pages folded and then sewn down to be pockets with some stickers. And in we have a hidden rose, and this was a die cut from a dollar store pad. I did not die cut it. It was pre-punched, a little tab or a plate, stenciling, flower image. Oh, I lost the image. Whatever's, but oh, there we go. What have we got? Oh, this is from that same book, just another page. Fun paper. And this is a date book with one side is date and the other side is graph. And it was the 5th of whatever, May, 5th of May. And at the back, in the pocket, we have a journaling card. And if you saw my other video, you'd know that I got this design, which inspired an entire journal. It is a matching tag in a pocket. And it's just for sliding in. So if you're on the beach and you need to write a note quickly, oh no, I need something hard to write on. You just put that in and you have something hard to write on. Why you have to be on the beach for this, I don't know. And that's this one. Next, this very chic, shabby chic. It has what looks like, what are they called? The little thingies with the heads, but it's not. That's a rose. And the danglies, some ribbon holding it. And this was, again, this size envelope. This is coffee filter ruffle and washi tape, 5-hole pamphlet stitch. Washi tape, very pretty washi tape. I glue it as well, so it's not just the washi tape. Scrapbook, and you can see there's a common trend of the scrapping. I had a whole pad of this paper. Very thin paper, but good for this sort of thing. This journal belongs to, and then whoever wants this journal puts their name there. More very pretty washi tape. And on the inside, I have a flip out of another envelope, which I don't have an example of that size here. But this is another envelope that I've secured to this envelope here. So I made a flip out using washi tape of this envelope. Here I just have a little teeny belly band with a little, I thought, look, I agreed with myself that this is such pretty washi tape. I put it on a piece of card, stenciled on the back and have it there. Inside, this is parchment paper, which stenciling and coffee dye. Oh, look, I matched it. How fun of me. I used the same stencil here to dry here. And I matched it up so perfectly. How did I do that? And then some sewing, coffee dye. I love sewing the coffee dyed paper. I think it looks really nice. And I edged. You can see I inked the edges as well. Not a lot of pages. Oh, and different colors. Ooh, mixing it up. Very nice. Oh, and on the back as well. Did I match it up to the... Yeah, I did. Wow. Very nice. And you can see I coffee dyed these envelopes as well. Here we have a card with a whimsical bird and a butterfly. This is just file folder. Oh, look, a little note in this little pocket. Just for doing a note. And here, now I've had to switch to file folder for these. I have a whole bunch of these. I was originally given by my friend at the office. They were name cards, and it was this size with a score already down the middle, and it coffee dyed so well. Actually, I think this is it. I think this is that and not file folder. And I made a whole bunch of these cards with some decorative paper on the front and on the back, and then coffee filter ruffle at the top with washi tape at the top and at the bottom. And I love these as inserts. But I ran out. Actually, I think I have like 3 left, but I'm hoarding them because I ran out. So I made similar with using coffee dyed file folder. And then on this side, I have another hinged in signature with just a piece of paper that I cut using pinking shears. It opens up. I didn't match any. Oh, this I tried drawing cloth doily. Didn't go so well, but still looks interesting. Some sewn paper, and in this little parchment bag, butterfly sticker on. That is file folder. Cut out file folder. I have a lot of file folder. Here's an envelope that I put to hide the, it's not really hiding because you know it's there, the knot for the signature. It's a 3-hole pamphlet, which I can see, and a little sticker with a journaling card in the envelope. I made this envelope out of it's not quite cardstock, but it's thicker than paper. Here's the other half of that bag. Little journaling card inside. More little pieces. That's the end of that signature. On this side, we have a ripped piece of paper as a pocket and a little card that opens. A heart, which now opens out the other side. So this is another folder. So we have here 3 envelopes. 1, 2, 3. And in this, we have a matching journal with, did I match it up? I did. I stenciled and I matched up. So vellum cover and then sewn matching, very nice signature. Matching that one. So this journal has 3 signatures. However, inside we have a journaling card. This one I experimented with the window. I used, like, when you get that, what you order things and it comes with that very thin, I save it all that little, the little baggies that it comes in. And it is a journaling card. So when you're on that beach again, you use this. This is a coffee filter flower, some more paper. And that is this very substantial envelope or envelope journal. That's this one. Next we have, I call this the clean one. And the reason it's clean is I didn't age it. I didn't grunge it up. However, I mean, it's still, ripped pieces of paper and such. But this is, again, this size envelope. And I used, I believe this material is a chemise. It's just ripped from a blouse, ripped pieces of strips. And I had a whole bunch of purple paper, cardstock paper. It came in a little packet. And I used that for this journal. That's what gave me this one, and a little next flip through, I'm going to show you my small envelope journals. But it gave me the idea for this theme. Book page, purple, sewing around, different stitching. You can see a sticker, and then opens up to the same style as the original. Flip through. So we have a hinged with washi tape and my vellum cover. I like vellum as a cover for signatures. I didn't sew this paper, but it's purple, sticking with the purple theme. Very paper peculiar, this journal. Not on purpose. It was the theme. And a waterfall where I use pinking shears. And then underneath, this is a flip up because it's hinged on. And here's all the things that came in that purple paper pack. Purple paper pack. You have to say that 5 times. Little cards came in the purple paper pack. This paper, it's actually very thick, this paper that I made a pocket out of. And hello, paper sewing. This, I still have a whole pad of this. Live our beautiful life. I just sewed around and turned it into a nice little card. It only came with one of these envelopes, but I still have a whole pad of this. And these pictures, or I'm not even sure what they're for. I guess to stick in. But yeah, date and issue. So I guess that's a library. Oh no, it's a checklist. But why would you have an issue with your checklist? I don't know. All right, but that all came in that purple paper pack. Purple paper pack. So did this envelope. And this washi tape. And then inside, some more of the little things that came with that purple paper pack. A cat in the moonlight. Cats in the moonlight. I took some of the paper and just glued it to a regular piece of envelope. Oh, and a little stamp that came with it. More of the paper, which I just used. Oh, this is legal size. And I just stuck it. This came with the paper pack. Purple paper pack. A stamp. Here's an envelope that I put a sewn top on. And inside, of course, a whimsical bird. You can't have a journal without a whimsical bird journaling card. And at the back, oh, pretty little stamp. More of that purple paper, which I layered into pockets. Here we have a little baggie made out of parchment with, these were more of those little inserts that came with the purple paperback. I feel like I'm saying purple people eater. Here's some more. I still have more of this, I believe, too, memo that came with it. And in the envelope, we have another vellum purple journal. Purple dyed paper. I'm all out of my purple dyed paper. I should do a little more. Look how fun that looks. Like tie-dye. It's gel food coloring. Here I see I mixed pink and purple. And that is the end of this, what I'm calling clean purple journal, because I didn't age it. Oh, some little flowers. And that brings us to my last envelope journal. Now this one has, it is an extensive journal. I watched 49 Barbara from 49 Dragonflies make this style, not the way it's decorated, but how she put those envelopes together. And it is, so it's held together with just some ribbon. This is a long sticker that I got. I can't remember from where. I have a few of them left and I'm hoarding them because I don't know. It's like if I lose them, I'll never be able to use them again. Here is some, I put some paper. It looks like I glued it to other paper to make it strong, to brown. I see brown behind it to strengthen it. Yeah, I did. On the back, some more music, sheet music. It's how I held the tie down. Oh, this paper. Decorative paper. And here's washi tape on my edges again. These dangles are just, it's pieces of material and ribbon that I got. Oh, this was like bedding. This held my bedding. Just for you, the bedding, and a book page and just some scraps. It's a way to use up scraps, is just to poke a hole, put a little bow. It's on a bulb pin, and now I have a fun dangle at the side. Now inside, here's one envelope held on with tape. This is the size of the envelope. And then on this side, this is an envelope, which I cut the top and then put used a punch here. So this is the envelope. It's this size. But then, dun, da, 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 another one. So I have 1, 2, 3. A flippy doodle. Oh, wait, that goes like that, and that goes like that, and that goes like that. Wait, did you see that? Like that, like that, like that. And then once again, close, close, close. So it is an envelope flippy journal. In this envelope, no wait, this is the back end. So it's the back end here, which I sliced very thinly on the top. So I would keep the envelope here, and then I taped that back up because I was doing this flippy so you could access the envelope from here. So here I have 2 pockets, a tag, and a tag. Ooh, very hard. That I know that paper was really thin, so I put it onto file folder for sure. And one of the journaling cards with, instead of using coffee filter, I used paper doily as the ruffle, and I sewed around and washi tape. These are those cards I'm hoarding, but they're perfect for inserts for these envelope journals. Here I have a pocket here and a little paper, a note, just some paper with a little stamp. Oh, that's from the purple paperback. And this actually doesn't need a closure if you could tuck it in, but I like the pretty closures. This way. And then I'm going to open that up, and underneath, this is a butterfly friendship. Oh, botanical card. Unanimity and harmony. And then, oh, this is from that book I have. I thrifted. Actually, it's not thrifting. It's that flea market with the same guy with the books. He had an entire picture book that had all the royals, British and some other as well. And it had interesting invitations, menus. It's a picture book. It's very nice. Okay. Those things I'll just put, ooh, that one goes there, there. I'm not even sure. This one, okay, let's put that there and that there. And now in here is a signature. That's the inside. So the inside of this envelope. And once again, I have the signature cover with vellum that I stencil on. I just made a little tie by putting the butcher rope into, I can see it's the waxed 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I just tied it there as a closure. Here's some interesting coffee dye paper. Very interesting. I can see lines in it. I'm not sure if you can see that, which I rip and ink. A date book that this was thrifted. The same doily onto the blue paper. Coffee dye. This is thrifted paper. So it was an entire paper pack. Sewn coffee dye and inked. Oh, interesting thread I decided to use there. This is very, oh, I see. I made it the center. This is from a paper pad. And inside I have offset folded. Oh, this one's not offset. I folded this actually quite neatly. Sewn with a paper doily. And on this side, just some the offcuts of, or strips from a paper pad and onto gel color dyed. Here comes the cat. And then, excuse me. And then the other side of the signature with this paper, almost done. Doily. And that's this one. Again, I just used the butcher twine as a closure, tied into the signature. It doesn't really need a closure, I don't think, but I like the additional decoration of it. So that's one full signature there. Now let's move over. Let's move to the top one. Up here, I have a pocket, which I used my punch from. That punch that I had thrifted, it was in a surprise package. Here's a little card, the butterfly cards, and inside I have notes. This was a paper pack. Very nice paper pack, actually, isn't it? Got it at the liquidation store when my husband and I were on vacation. I really like it. And another signature with thrifted date book, packaging paper, stained, coffee dyed, Ooh, look at that. Dried so interestingly. And I sewed it just a plain notebook of fun stuff. And that lives notes in the top one. And then to the side, another pocket with a journaling card tag that I made. A thin paper on cardboard. I punched out. That's from the same paper pad. I guess I like that butterfly. And up here we have, dun, 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 they're everywhere. These cards are everywhere. So when you're at the beach, you got your journaling card. And that was this. This is very large washi tape, very pretty large washi tape. And now this one folds like this. So down. Oh, wait, no. Down, over. Yeah, down, over, and then over. And that's this journal. And those are the flip throughs of my envelope journals, my large envelope journals. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.